Hello everyone, today we will take a few steps back and start at the basics. So in the previous two episodes we have made quite a lot of progress onto the script, and I actually thought to myself, yeah, but if you have never seen ComputerCraft before, you will not understand what is going on. So today we are going back a bit into the basics. And we will start off without our trusty text editor, but instead we will be using just a computer and get some basic things going on. And a lot of tutorials jump right into the Hello World program, but I'd like to go a bit further back and start with navigating into the computer. Just like in Windows, there's a certain file system on your desktop or most likely on a Mac. You can also just open in Microsoft Explorer or what you have on your Mac, and that will show you all your files and folders and everything basically that you have stored. And in ComputerCraft that's kind of the same thing, but we have to type all of that since there's no graphical interface. And we do that by ls, which stands for list, and it will show everything that is in our current folder. And it will only be ROM, since that's a basic thing, and our .l.lua. That's just a starter file. And with that file we will later on write our Hello World program. But what do you actually need to know before you can write anything? Most of the times you will be communicating with your computer, turtle, tablet, or pocket computer, just how you want to call it, by means of APIs. And you can type that in, APIs, and it will list all of them. There are quite a lot of them. Most of them you will use rarely to almost never, and some others you will use pretty much all the time. Just to give a few examples, those you will be using a lot, or at least I use a lot, is either the math API, that's quite handy, the OS API, the peripheral API, Redstone or RS for short, and most likely the table or text utils. Those are the APIs that I use a lot. As you can see, there are way more out there. But what can you actually use it for? So what are the APIs? And we will go for, since we are looking in the computer, you won't see the turtle one, but you can use the text util ones. As the name suggests, that's all about text and how to represent that on a screen. In order to open a little bit more of that, we can just type help. If you don't know anything, you can always type help. It seems to work like all the time. And it will automatically fill in the rest for you if you type the first few characters. So this will list a whole lot more stuff. And a few of those are quite useful, like text utils slow print. This will actually print or show text in a relatively nice way onto the terminal, so onto the screen that we are looking at the moment. A few others that might be useful is format time, and that will convert a number value to like a 24-hour clock or a 12-hour clock. That can be handy. Serialized, unserialized is useful for later. So this is one of the APIs. A second one that might be handy is the Redstone API. So let's take a look at that. Redstone. A lot of examples. are given in here. So there's also a way to show more of that. That's by pressing another key. A redstone program can be used to get, set or pulse redstone inputs and outputs from a computer. That's exactly what it does, nothing more and nothing else. Adjust the RS, okay. Get side input. For example, if there is redstone signal from the left side, you can do some stuff with that. You can also set an output on the left or right side. You can do all stuff with that. So now we have APIs. Now we what can we do with them? How can we use them? How we can use them is relatively easy. You just need to make a new script, a program, and start typing. That's pretty much all there is to it. And to do that a little bit in a neat way, it's handy to make some folders. mkdir, that's literally make dir. That's then just how you want to call it. We will be using programs as an example. And how do we know it? If it's actually there, we can use the list command. Now it will show a folder, nice in green, of programs. How do we get there? For that we need the cd command, and we will then type the name of the folder. It will be programs. And cd comes from not compact disk, but from change directory. And then it will show us in yellow that we are into the programs directory. If we list everything in here, we won't receive anything. Since there's nothing in this folder, we just made it. If we want to leave this folder, we need to type cd from change directory and then a double dot. That will get us back into the main folder. So that's pretty much making folders and moving through them. But having like a program folder in which you have your finished programs is relatively handy to have. Let's go to the actual program that we will be writing this time, and that will be Hello World. That will actually help us learn a lot of things. And we will do that by edit, Hello World. And that will give us a blank and also a black screen. This is just an empty file and we need to add some stuff to it. We have seen that we can represent stuff onto the screen with the text utils API, so we will start with that. Text utils and then slow print. And we will print Hello World. Exclamation mark, why not? And that will show us a few things. It will show us the API that we use. Also then section of that, what are we using? That slow print. What will it print? Hello World. So if we save this, and we will do that by Control, like it shows in the bottom left corner, and then enter save. So if we want to save it, press enter, and then we will just exit it and find our program again, which is Hello World, and execute it, and that will print us Hello World, just like we told it to. There are a few more ways to print this. The simplest and most commonly used is print. How easy can it be? Also, and another one is a write. There's a small difference between printing and writing. If you print something, the terminal will automatically go to the next line. If you write something, that will not happen. So I will just print something after this, it's on the same line. So what am I expecting to receive from this? I'm expecting to see text-to-tail slow print, to print hello world. Well, not instantly, but more slowly. Then it will print on the next line also hello world, instantly. On the next line it will print even more hello world. After that we will print it on the same line. Only one way to find out. And that's exactly what we see. Some things that are a bit conventional wisdom, as other people would say, is that if you have two words stitched together, you will start the second word with a capital letter. For example, here we have a slow print. You would normally say that as one word, but it's actually a combination of two. So then the P is a capital letter. Here I do the exact same thing. You have hello world put together. So we have a hello, then a W as a capital letter. Also down here. And as you will also see, it's even in the program name. Yeah, the W is also a capital letter. That just makes code a bit easier to read. You will see that that is not something that I do, but also in certain functions, like the slow print, that's also a thing embedded into this operating system. So with that, we actually did quite a lot. So we learned how to navigate into the terminal. We learned what kind of APIs there are, what you can do with them, and a few of them at least. How to get stuff onto the terminal, maybe a bit slow, or instantly, how to save a program and how to run a program. Well, that's like kind of 7 things. That's quite a lot. So I'm happy with that. And in the next episode, which will be episode number 4, we will go and take a look into variables. And then stuff starts to get interesting. So this was a little bit of a shorter episode due to, well, the type of content. Next episode will be about the same length. So for now, have a good day, night, evening, breakfast, whatever you are enjoying at the moment. And I hope to see you next episode. Bye bye.